G'day everyone, Mark here from Mark and Cars. Welcome back to the channel. New car day, very excited. With the COVID restrictions the way they are here, the car's actually been delivered to me, getting unloaded as we speak. I haven't really spoken much about this, but I am very excited about this car. I think it's going to surprise a lot of you. There's been a lot of Porsche content in the channel over the last, year, 18 months. I think we need a bit of variety, and I know it's going to polarise some of you, but I got to tell you, cannot wait to hear this thing start up. So, won't keep you suspended any longer. Here we go. GR Yaris. Here it is in Glacier White. Let's have a good look around it. As you can imagine, I've got plenty of things coming for the car and the channel. We'll do a little bit of development. It's going to be a good fun daily. A lot of fun on the track. Anyway, let's get the car off the truck and see how it goes. Let's see if we can get a cold start up here. Well, I've got to tell you, I'm sure glad I'm not doing this job. Well, I've actually purchased this car from Mora Toyota, which those of you from West Australia know is about 180 kilometres north of Perth. And the team there have been unbelievable, really helpful. Been real joy dealing with them. The car looks amazing, I'm sure you'll agree. In the seat of my new Yaris. Overall, I'll talk about the common complaints across media, testers, etc. They reckon the seating position's too high. I'm little. I actually quite like it. Everything falls to hand pretty easily once my seat's been set up. The gap between the rear vision mirror and the infotainment system is low, but I do have one of those risers, so I'll install that and we'll go through and do that in another video. But I think it's only going to lift it about 15 millimeters or so anyway, so I'm not really sure how much difference it's going to make. Seat's comfortable, supportive. Startup procedure is pretty interesting. You could have your foot on the clutch and the brake and hit the start-stop button. Well, everything, the clutch's got a pretty good bite spot, which is more than adequate or suitable. Rear view cameras, typical Toyota, works fine. Not going to break any records. Heads up display's nice. It's even got the speed limit of the road you're on from the GPS. I like that feature. And tacho and speedo, and your lane assist thing. I can already tell it's a very torquey motor just by rolling along first. Now, a lot of complaints about the exhaust noise in this car. It's got that whole partly piped in sound going on. I think it sounds pretty good. Not much turbo noise though. I'm sure intake modification will fix that. Steering feels nicely weighted. It feels front wheel drive steering. It would be the best way to describe how the steering feels. Steering wheel itself, good size diameter. Just right thickness for my little hands. I wouldn't want any thicker than this. I'd say it gobbles up the speed limit real quick. This is a pretty fast car. Gotta say, overall, I'm pretty happy with it. The feel, the dynamics. I had driven one before, so I had some expectation. But with the weight for these sort of cars, sometimes you can get a bit unrealistic, and your expectations can be, right up here. So anyway, it is nice gear shift. The throws are not too far. I actually think this car is probably built really well for a little person. So under the hood of the GR Yaris, you can see pretty small little engine there, 3-cylinder, 1.6 litre. You guys know all the stats, I don't need to talk to you about it. But what is interesting is the intake is about half the size, the intake box about half the size of the engine cover. The engine itself is actually a lot smaller underneath that cover too. You might actually get a better look over here. Let's have a look out this way. So there's a lot of talk about how small the hatch is in the Yaris, which is understandable, but it's also fairly token. In the back here, we've got what's taking up pretty much most of the rear under shelf is the battery. It's a big one too. And we've got a inflation kit, etc., wheel brace, a couple of tow hooks. Interesting, Toyota have overlooked something. They've only got space for one tow hook in all this foam stuff, so the other one's actually got to go just down in the empty slot down here. In the quest for lightweight, the privacy screen or parcel shelf is held up by one piece of string up here, which is just a press stud that goes into the hatch. And look, I'll just undo that so you can see when it's down. It is literally just some, it actually feels like some wire with black, I don't know, shade cloth or something on it. And you can see it's just pieces of string on some hooks here that hold it on either side. Over this side too. And whilst this space, in the back is small, both seats fold down to increase your carrying capacity. Look, it's not massive, but in all honesty, it's probably about the same storage space as a 911. So let's just have a look in the back seat. The passenger seat folds back and slides forward when you open it, not the driver's seat. So it's only a 4-seater the car is. Not sure what that space just there is for. Maybe just a parcel tray or something to just put your phone in if you're a passenger, I guess. Looks pretty token to me. It's obviously got Isofix fittings for child seats, and that's pretty attractive to young dads who still want to maintain some sort of fun driving car. There is a small cubby here in the centre console, a couple of cup holders in the centre. There's no ventilation for the back seat passengers. That has to come from the front. Okay, door storage. Both doors are identical, so driver and passenger, except for the power windows and mirror controls, which the driver has some settings there. But for storage, there's this tiny little cubby just below the handle, and like a water bottle holder type pocket down there. And also we've got a glove box, as well as a couple of shelves across the top here. That one up there is quite good for your phone if you're using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, except that the USB port is actually just right down here above the next, in between the two heated seat controls. This car has JBL audio, which does sound quite amazing. But as I mentioned earlier, or if I haven't mentioned in the video yet, the actual infotainment system's pretty mediocre. Whilst it's got a manual handbrake, it seems to have an electronic roll stop. So if you get the lights, and so it does a handbrake start on its own type thing, if you sort of get my drift. I wasn't aware that it had that feature. The seats are a synthetic Alcantara leathery type feel. Let's have a look. They've got a lovely stitched GR logo in the headrest. They do look like they're made for harnesses or something here. They've got these holes, but it's there is no slot in the seat for a 6-point harness, and there's also no mounting points in the back here anywhere to put a harness bar or anything like that. I've had quite a good look at that. As you can imagine, I'm hoping to do a little bit of track driving, if I haven't already mentioned it. Quite a nice detail here. We've got the WRC homologation badge. The actual controls of the dash are very nice. There's a lot going on with the steering wheel controls, more than I'm used to, I'll be honest with you, and I'm still getting used to it. Obviously there's lane departure, cruise control, cancel, changing modes for the console. Also on the other side is basically all your controls for the infotainment system. Down the side here we've got the headlight angle adjust, automatic driving lights, and also the heated steering wheel control and the front hood release. Metal pedals, and a dead pedal over on the left there, so the car's quite comfortable. Overall, it drives a lot more comfortable than I anticipated too. I mentioned earlier about the driver's controls. What do we got here? So Obviously the mirrors, left and right. There's also the fold. You can manually fold the mirrors in while you're driving or unfold them. Or if you leave in the middle for A, they automatically fold when you lock the car. 2 window controls, obviously the car lock, unlock. And you can actually switch off the passenger's window control from here as well. There's obviously no back windows. Again, the storage is the same. Little cubby hole next to the door handle and a water bottle holder down here. So owning the new GR Yaris, the car, look, a lot of people have waited a long time for these cars and I think they're worth it. The car drives amazingly. I think it's going to be one of those cult cars of this generation in the way that, you know, Suzuki Swift GTIs were, WRXs, Lancers, etc. You know, it's got that World Rally Championship feel about it. It drives like a 90s rally car in all honesty without the turbo lag. Dynamically, the car's amazing. The steering feels good. The suspension's a good balance for the road. I know that people are making big suspension changes for track use, that sort of thing, but my car's mostly going to be used on the road, so I don't know how much suspension work I'm going to make. But I do have some new partners coming to the channel to assist in the development of the car. And I'll start with Koyo Wheels in Queensland. They're knocking up a set of new wheels for me, to be used for my normal street rubber or for the track rubber that I've recently taken delivery of from Kumho Australia as well. So there's a couple of new partners there. I've also got Berger Motorsports from Los Angeles. What they've done is they've got a tuning box called a JB4 and they've developed it for the GR Yaris. I've actually got it at home, haven't plugged it in yet. I'll go through how that's done. I'm actually going to make a how to install one of these videos for Berger Motorsports so they can use it on their webpage and for future GR Yaris buyers. And also with the wheels, the body, probably going to do some ceramic coating on the new wheels that are coming from Koyo and these ones as well. So I might do a demonstration on ceramic coating brand new wheels versus used wheels, about cleaning them, preparing them, clay barring them, that sort of thing. And so I'm starting up a new partnership with Guy on ceramic coating. Team there have been amazing to deal with, and I look forward to receiving those ceramic coating products, and I'll go through all that with you anyway. So I know that the Porsche enthusiasts out there are going to be, you know, rolling over wondering what's going on with all this Yaris content. Well, it's another car for me, and I want to widen the audience too, and I know a lot of Porsche owners have actually bought GR Yarises as well, as is reflected by the number of them that are turning up at the track events that are hosted by the Porsche Club. So, car's getting developed. Come along for the trip with me. I'd love it if you subscribe, shared the videos. I'm really enjoying this car, and I hope that you get to feel that enjoyment through the channel by watching these videos as well. Hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching Marking Cars.